So I've just been to the market and bought some bananas. And don't worry, of course, I'll do a market tour soon. But I saw something at the market that I usually do notice at markets all around the world, and that is how the people working at the market have no clue about fruits and vegetables. And what I mean by that is, I saw this woman handling bananas, and she was working at the stall selling bananas. She grabbed the bunch of bananas and sort of tossed it into this basket, just sort of tossed it into it, took another one, tossed it on top, and then they just stack bananas on top of bananas on top of bananas to weigh them, and then they throw them into a bag and toss it across the counter or whatever. And this is so common. Again and again I see this, how people working at markets handle fruit very poorly, very poorly. They obviously cannot be eating much fruit, because if they did, they would notice the damaging effects of that sort of handling. But then again, you see them handling fruit like that even when they're not actually selling it as well. Like you see them, I see people tidying up some of the, let's say, apples, and I see the merchant or whatever sort of just throwing around the apples like they were, rocks. What's up with that? I mean, don't they see how it damages the fruit? I come to some sort of fruits and vegetable shops here around town where they sell a large quantity of bananas, and all the bananas there are damaged. Like, you go there and have a look, and it's just like, it looks horrible. Every single banana has large bruises on there. So I guess they must be throwing away a lot of bananas without realizing that, maybe they would save money if they just handled their bananas better, so they didn't have to throw away all of them. And then people come and buy it and they don't even notice. I don't know, people are completely out of touch with what fruits and vegetables are all about. And yes, this is a rant, my first rant. I don't want to be negative. I mean, it's all good, I just want to sort of, I guess, vent my frustration a little bit, because everywhere I go, people at fruit markets, they don't know shit about fruit. They don't know what's ripe, they don't know what's not ripe. They don't even know sometimes what the varieties are called. How can you work at a market selling fruit, and that's your life, like literally selling fruit is your life? How can you do that without even knowing anything about fruit? I mean, that just blows my mind. But it goes to show how most people are just doing what they're doing without any sort of passion, and they don't do it because it's exciting to them. They do it because they do it because their dad did it, and his dad before that again did it, or they do it just because that's just the job that they could find. That sort of society isn't really the best, but I think that's changing slowly but surely. We're being more empowered as people. Internet sharing of information means that more people can learn what they need to learn in order to do what they need to do, and they also learn that it's possible to do what they want if they just go for it. Anyway, that's another topic. So yes, that's part of the reason why I like to buy my bananas by the box, because when you buy your bananas by the box, at least they're only handled once by the person packing it in the box. And usually, not always, but usually I think that the packing factories have a bit of a focus on proper packing to avoid bruising, to save money and to make more profit, basically. And that's a good idea for sure. And also, when the bananas are very green like that, when they're packed, they can handle more handling. Whereas at this point, when the bananas are almost fully ripe, and at the store, and the woman selling them is just literally throwing them around. So stupid. It's just so stupid. Anyway, so moral of the story, buy your bananas by the box. Don't expect your fruit vendor to know anything about fruit. Don't ask them, is this ripe or is this not ripe? They won't have a freaking clue what you're talking about. They will tell you though, they think they know. That's the thing, they think they know a lot about fruit, but they really don't. They think they know a lot about fruit just because they're working with fruit. That, like, by default, if you're working with fruit, you'll know a lot about fruit, but it seems to me it's almost the opposite. Fruit needs to be handled carefully, you know. You need to put your fruit in the bag very carefully, and just even carrying fruit in a bag in the first place isn't really the best idea. It should be carried in a box. Well, it should be carried on a tree and then just go straight into your hand. That would be the best, of course. Yes, so moral of the story, as I said, buy your fruit by the box, handle it carefully, don't expect the fruit sellers to know anything, and at the end of the day, you just have to be okay with being slightly frustrated now and then, like I am right now, relax, and then just, you know, look for the best bananas you can. And you know what I did was I put them in a bag, and then I go up to the seller and I handle it very carefully, and if I have guts enough, I'll tell them, please, you know, be careful. Don't throw around my bananas. The worst thing is when I put it in the bag and then they come to the cash register and they start taking the bananas out of the bag onto the scales and then back into the bag. That's like the worst, because yeah, obviously. Alright, my rant for the day. I'm in a pretty good mood actually. I just wanted to share a little bit, and yeah, it's a nice day here in Nis. Very blue skies, sun is out, and yeah, just been buying bananas, and I tried some of these oranges too. I'm gonna try them. They're from Sicily apparently, and then I got my backpack full of stuff as well. So we'll do a market tour one of these days. Eating a lot of bananas, of course. Here in Europe, it's all about bananas. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Let me know down in the comments some of your experiences with people handling your fruit poorly, and how do you deal with it? Do you tell them? Do you get angry? I don't think you should get angry, but somehow we should be able to sort of show them our frustration and then let them know that they can do better. But that's sometimes difficult because fruit sellers tend to be an arrogant bunch. They think they know everything, and as soon as you start lecturing them about fruit, they get very annoyed. Natural. Alright, see you around.